Hey guys, welcome. In this video, I'm going to tell you about my 4 years of experience since I started to use Affinity Designer and why I quit Adobe since then. So let's get started. So guys, my name is Jonathan. If you don't know me yet, I am an illustrator. I do art for games, and let me share with you my screen so you can see what I do basically. I do characters, backgrounds, items, and 2D animations. I do everything here by using Affinity Designer since 2018. So if I share with you right now my humble opinion about why I quit Adobe, of course it's because of the performance. The performance of Adobe is not something that I enjoy a lot. The app crashes a lot with me. So when I started to use Affinity, I did a project. This one here, as you guys can see, using Affinity Design on iPad, and the first meet it was very incredible because the performance it was very huge compared to my old computer that I had using Windows and Adobe Photoshop. And when I started to use Affinity Design on iPad, I did big projects using it, and my clients really like it, and then I stick with this workflow. And the first thing that I want to bring here, it is the ability that you can mix vector with paintings and textures and many other things without, let's say, shutting down your computer. So this was one of the first things that I really love it when I started to use Affinity, and since then I've been using by creating characters, a lot of characters, mixing vector brushes, which is the tool that I really like it because I can blend things, I can mix in colors as well. I can do concept art for games. Most of my work are for game art because I'm game artist. Basically, I do illustrations, and I love to do that because of the creativity that I can open here. And since I was a kid, I like games. And then, guys, I do as well with Affinity Designer, publishing stuffs, ebooks, things like that, coloring books. My experience by using Affinity because of the seamlessly transition between concept art, raster, and then vector. And also my clients always like it to see me doing user interfaces in case that you want to create user interface for our products, your projects. It is a very good way to go if you want to invest your time doing layout stuffs like that. Affinity as well delivers you a nice performance about it, and of course some tools in case that you can miss, like shape builder that many people ask. But for me it's fair enough to use this tool because I can simply change to vector and paintings at any time. And basically, as you guys can see, this was our project in isometric, which I did in vector, and then I've mixed it with paintings inside of each element. And guys, other than that, my 4 years of experience using Affinity Design, I did a lot of different kind of project without need to switch between other softwares. And I did as well coloring book and other stuff like icons, interfaces, things that it is inside of illustration general idea. And it is very helpful for me really to know that Affinity delivers you the tools, the basic tools, in a really great performance. I really love to, I need to be honest with you, I give a lot of value about performance because imagine that you are working hard day after day and then your app suddenly crash because before Affinity, in my case when I was using Adobe, it was full of, the road. So basically, by using Affinity, I could manage to have different type of projects and I could get more clients because I could offer them paintings, concept art, vector designs, and everything related to the illustration that I like to do. And this opened more the fields to do what I like to do. All right, this was one of the first point that I really like, and I still use Affinity because for me I can do everything that I want without compromise my workflow experience. So if you give a lot of value about your workflow, I think you definitely need to experiment, to explore different art style and creativity using Affinity Design. Of course, you don't need to rely 100% in your workflow using Affinity Designer. There are other tools, amazing tools that you can explore, create a Blender and other stuffs as well. You can align them to make your project. And recently I did a very big project for a client of mine, which I did many isometric constructions, buildings actually. So in these buildings, I needed to make it with paintings. you know. And the first thing that it was a big concern years ago when I tried to do isometric stuff using Photoshop and Illustrator, it was a really nightmare, a big nightmare, because I needed to basically concept on Adobe and then make the vector on Illustrator and back to Photoshop to make the paintings in more organic way as possible. So yeah, I did a lot of buildings using isometric, and then I got these results, which ones that I really like it and enjoy it. My client as well like it. And if you ask me right now how much time it took me to make that, it took me around of 2 months and a half, you know, and with revisions and to complete all these projects. If I were using Adobe, I don't think that this would take, you know, this so short time. So guys, that's all for now. This was my, let's say, a brief resume way to bring my experience with Affinity Designer and why I still use. Because of this, the performance is great. You don't need to pay high prices for subscription, you know, compared to Adobe. Of course, you are totally free to use other softwares aligned to it to improve your workflow. And yeah, other than that, I hope that this helps you to, let's say, see what you can do with Affinity Designer from the experience that I shared with you here in this video. Guys, thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video, and bye bye. Take care.